So about CGI in anime, it's truly a mixed bag on the kind of animes you can get that use CGI. On one end, you got your Phase 3s that have some of the best animations in the industry, but then you got your Kengan Ashras that look like PS2 games. It sucks since the manga has cool art. I read it and it's basically Baki, but the whole thing is an anime tournament. That's why I don't use Netflix as my main source for anime. Most of the Netflix originals be missing. When an anime has CGI, most of the time it's not gonna be Fate level CGI. Most of them end up looking like Play-Doh. So CGI has gotten a pretty bad rep in animes since pretty much forever. Like that one Dragon Ball movie, it's Dragon Ball Heroes or something like that. It got a lot of mixed opinions for when it got announced that it would be full CGI. It didn't release the trailer until way down the line, but the trailers we got so far look really good. CGI animes are starting to come up in the world, and I look like dog shit. For some of them I would say it fits them even better than the regular 2D animation, but they don't get the recognition they should, because for most people CGI equals bad in anime. So I wanted to name a few animes I watched that have good CGI. The first I want to discuss, and the one that really made me want to make this video, is Dorohedoro. The anime came out like 2 years ago, so I'm a little bit late to it, but I was watching it while it was airing, and I was pretty impressed. If you don't know what Dorohedoro is, it's basically about a guy that got turned into a lizard by magicians. He lives in the slums, and they get experimented on by magicians in another world. So he's looking for the magician who turned him into a lizard, so he could fuck him up. Trying to explain the whole premise would kind of take long. It has a talking cockroach, a mafia gang, pretty much everything you could ask for. So if you want to know more, just watch the anime. There is a little bit of an adjusting curve, since most animes aren't just straight CGI, but it fits the story perfectly. It adds to the rough and metallic feel that the world takes place in. Some scenes feel like fever dreams with the visuals that they be putting in. I think it would be harder to get the same feeling from it if it was in 2D. The CGI helps you get immersed in the fucked up world they live in. Moving past that though, another impressive anime is Nighthead 2041. It came out in like 2021. So it's a little bit newer than Dorohedoro, but to be honest, overall the story is kind of mid. I wouldn't say it's bad necessarily, but I wasn't waking up thinking about watching the newest Nighthead episode. It's like Psycho-Pass if you watch that, both in the future and dystopian societies, but instead you get labeled as a criminal if you believe in fake shit like zodiac signs. The only thing I really remember from it is that it had good animation. It probably has the best fighting CGI out of any of the shows I'm gonna mention. The character modeling wasn't all that great. They look pretty plasticky most of the time, but the effects for their powers in that show look really good. The next and probably the most popular anime I'm gonna bring up is Beastars. I'm not gonna lie, if you're one of those people who refuse to watch Beastars, and you can't really give a reason besides it being about animals, you're probably a furry in denial. And if you really are one, it's fine. Embrace that shit all you want. If the score you pass by on your way to school has you feel a certain way, I mean don't act on it cause you'll probably go to jail. But it's okay for you to watch Beastars, bro. Weird fetishes aside, the CGI in Beastars is probably the most consistent out of the three of them. They definitely use the most detailed CGI models. I like the look of Dorohedoro more because of the vibe they give off, but Beastars probably uses a more advanced CGI. It gives a lot more emphasis on the characters, and it feels more animated. It would probably look worse as a 2D anime than a 3D one. It's really only when 2D anime studios attempt CGI that it looks bad. When it's done by a studio that fully commits to the CGI look, a good percent of the time it's gonna end up good. The studio that made Beastars was already known to make animes that had good CGI. Dorohedoro was already made by MAPPA, which can be kind of hit or miss with CGI, but they did good with the anime. And the Nighthead was made by Shirogumi, which made Doraemon, so it was fated to be a certified classic. It's really the studios that shouldn't be using CGI that make it sound bad to use it at all. I might just have less critiques about CGI in general to most people. First time I saw the 2016 Berserk anime, it never crossed my mind that the animation was so bad. I don't know how, but it never stuck out to me or killed the experience for me. I watched it all the way through, I then read the manga from the beginning. That either just goes to show how good the story is, that I didn't mind the CGI at all, or my standards are just trash. I remember seeing clips of the show after watching it, and I definitely didn't remember it looking that bad. My mind just filtered out all the bad shit on my screen. That's pretty much all I had to speak on about CGI in anime. If you enjoyed, watch my last video about there being too many good animated animes nowadays. That was all I had to say though. Peace.